Hegel's dialectical method is a method of logical development that explains history. It explains how ideas and how reality process through contradictions and their resolution. And it's often summarized as a three-step process: thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. However, Hegel never actually uses these terms. Instead, his dialectical process is actually more sort of dynamic and nuanced. So let's quickly go through how it works. So Hegel believed that reality and thought are not static but evolve through contradictions. So every idea or like state of affairs, i.e. thesis, contains within it inherent tensions that give rise to its opposites, antithesis. And the conflict between these opposing forces leads to a new, more advanced understanding, synthesis, which then becomes the new thesis, and the process sort of begins anew. One of the most sort of famous examples or applications of the dialectics given by Hegel is in his phenomenology of spirit, with the master-slave dialectic. Now, I will say Hegel's work is incredible, but it's quite difficult to read, to say the least. But yeah, so Hegel's sort of master-slave dialectic is, or essentially the master, thesis, dominates the slave, antithesis. However, the slave, through labour and self-development, gains self-consciousness, which leads to them realising their own power, which in turn leads to a transformation where the power dynamic collapses and a new understanding of freedom and self-consciousness emerges, i.e. synthesis. And Hegel applied this method to history. And he argued that human societies progress through these contradictions and resolutions. And he saw history as a rational process moving towards greater freedom and self-awareness and culminating in what he called the absolute spirit, a state of self-realization where reality fully understands itself. And a key concept within all of this is negation. So the idea that something must be overcome or negated for progress to occur. However, negation isn't just like destruction, it's something that leads to a higher level of understanding by sublation, which means to preserve and transcend elements of the previous stages.